Hello, Victor here from RestoreYourMercedes.com. Today we have a very interesting repair, very delicate I would rather say. This is the Mercedes V12 driver side throttle body, and what happened was this is from Mario in California. What happened was when the customer removed the throttle body from the car, he could not get the cover to detach from the linkage, rather linkage to detach from the cover. The cover goes right here. So basically I got the throttle body as is without the cover. Okay, this is how it should have been. And the linkage attaches here. The spring attaches here. So he could not detach it, so he removed this unit and let it hang on the car, and throttle body was milled out. So I repaired the wiring on both throttle bodies. As you can see, this is the repaired wiring right here, brand new. But when customer was putting the cover back on, he missed the alignment position and he damaged the switch contact, which is here. I can show you what was broken here. Basically, as you can see, this is a part of the switch contact. This is actually where it touches, right here, this strip. Now the problem here though is that switch contact is a part of the potentiometer. Here's another potentiometer I have just to show as a reference. So this is the potentiometer. This is the customer's potentiometer. So as you can see, this little switch is supposed to be right here. Okay, customer switch, this is the broken piece right here. As you can see, it's broken off here. It's not here anymore. Whereas this unit, it should be right over here. See, this piece and this piece are broken off. See over here, wouldn't have it. This piece, right, that goes this way and this way. That's just not existent anymore. Now this particular unit sits in there. Okay, this is my piece I needed for my own car. Now the switch is a part of this mold. This mold is the potentiometer sliding unit. This is turns, and this is the reference piece that is actually references the position of the actual butterfly, just throttle plate. Now in order to remove this, the throttle body has to be disassembled. So what have we here is basically, see, we have no gear, we got no spring, we got no plate, we got no shaft, we got nothing. Just to get the whole case out, this case sits in front of the mold, like right in there. Has to be soldered in also. Now the shaft goes in there like this, okay, and it basically sits on the potentiometer. You get both hands free so I can show you how it works. Okay, now this is the potentiometer here. So the shaft goes here like this, and it moves the potentiometers, and it also the switch itself when the throttle plate opens. You can see here the little switch touches in two positions: open position, closed position. Well, it can be visible there, but open and close. There we go. Open and close position. So this is where the shaft is, and this shaft is directly attached to the gears and everything. So when throttle opens, it tells the computer if the throttle is ready to be opened more or if it's still on idle, which is In this case, this would have been idle. This is ready to open throttle. So if this switch is missing, then the whole throttle body does not work anymore. Limp mode will be recorded and no acceleration. So this is what we have going here right now. So this is the parts throttle body, and this one right here has broken potentiometer. As you can see, it's cracked here. So I removed just this piece, okay, and I opened up the customer's potentiometer. The whole case has to be opened up very carefully. There are a couple of rivets here. There's one rivet over here. There's another one over here. It's plastic, and it's nothing serious. But the biggest issue is this side, because on this side there are top tabs. These tabs are very easy to break, and these two of them broke over here. One over here, one over here. But I saved the other two, which is really good, because usually they all four breaks. So I managed to save two, and that will work just fine. So this is just a piece. If you look at this piece, it resembles, see, this piece was broken piece from the potentiometer case. So as you can see on this one, no tabs remain. See, they're all like, actually there's one. This one is broken, this one is semi-broken. So I managed to save two tabs on this one and snapped it back together, so now it stays together, which is really good. So yeah, so once it's all done, it should be alright. So the shaft goes in there, and there, and throttle goes in between the shaft. It goes onto the gear on the other side, and that's how the throttle opens. And it's attached to the gear here, you can see. So I'll put it all back together. Also, this gear, very difficult to remove because it's pressed into the case. This gear is supposed to sit right over here, right, and it's an intermediate gear, so it goes and presses in there like that, okay, between the motor and the drive gear. Now, as you can see, shaft does not come out. It was probably pressed in while hot, because I cannot push it this way, cannot push it this way. The gear remains. See? It doesn't go down, doesn't go up. So I pressed the whole thing out from the case in that opening right there. So this is where it goes. It's very difficult because the opening is in there, it's very tiny. So I have to kind of think out the box to get it out. And then you have this piece, that's the actual clutch. This is on springs. Okay, there's like tiny little springs. As you can see, I can move it. So this coil, there is a clutch coil behind this gear. It energizes, creates the magnetic field. This piece is basically, with friction, is attached to the drive gear. The shaft goes through here, and now it's connected through the gear to the butterfly. So then it opens and closes. These cutouts is a reference cutouts for the other side, so potentiometers change their values. So of the shaft right here, as you can see, there's a cutout here. This is where that clutch goes through. So if you look at it like that, the clutch would have been on the other side. See, it would fit something like this, would open and close. There is a retainer here, right here. There's a retainer to hold it together, and then there's a pane. There's a spring, a return spring. This is gonna take a while to get back in order, but you know, it's all doable. So it's all done by people. So this is what's going on. So hopefully once it's all in, it's gonna work fine. One more little issue here I'm seeing is the motor is a little tighter than I like. It does work and it will work, but I don't know for how long. Unfortunately, this is something that I cannot predict. To remove the motor is unnecessary expense at this point. so I wouldn't really advise customer to really spend money on it right now, because it does work. I already checked it out. Actually, I can put 5 volts to it real quick. So, but this is something that is definitely needed to be done, most likely in future. So I would do so. At least recommend the customer to do it. You see the motor works, but it's a little too tight for my liking. The clutch coil is in there. We don't have anything to clutch really right now, because see, there's no metal to apply. So there's no click. Once I put that plate back in, that spring is gonna click. So this is what we got. Just wanted to make a quick video for customer Mario. This is just so you see what's going on here. It's not for the faint at heart, but I'll do it because there's so many risks here and breaking many things. One bolt broke inside the shaft that holds. So these are the original bolts, supposed to be, and this is the one that I took out. As you know, difference in length. That means this bolt broke off because they're riveted on the other side, so I don't want to really grind it, so I work it out slowly. I have replacement bolts, but you know, all these little things add up. And then of course, if something happens here, then the whole throttle body is done, which in this case it would have been done if I would not have the replacement piece, which I did have, so I put it in. Yep, so this is what we do. RestoreYourMercedes.com. Thanks for watching.